ladies and gentlemen, welcome to SMIW New Beginnings. I am Joe Davis, sitting here with my broadcast colleague, Bob Not So Lean Cuisine Costly.
How you doing, folks? Happy to be here.
I know I've been looking forward to this since October, and we're going to start this show off. And actually, it looks like the CEO is coming down to the ringside to start off the show. And it seems to me, Bob, that the CEO has himself some backup.
Well, I tell you what, Joe, that does seem to be the case. He looks out here ready to go with a brand new posse, and they all seem to mean business.
Business indeed. New suit and tie group here with the CEO. And after the off season that we've had, I'm sure that he's ready to get down to business. He's got things that he wants to take care of. Let's just see what kind of business is going to be handled.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome all to SMIW. Today is New Beginnings of SMIW, Episode 1 of Season 2. Y'all should know me by now. I am the SMIW CEO, Dwayne Rothman. Standing over here, these two fine gentlemen, hired during the off-season. You didn't see them last year, but you should know them from beyond the ropes. Here, we have the President of Talent Relations and newly appointed General Manager of SMIW, Lee Michelson. Thank you. Over here, we have our new COO of the company. He is Connor McNichols. Now, when I say new beginnings, I mean that in many, many ways. It's going to be hard-hitting. It's going to be fast action. Better than you've ever seen before. New beginnings as far as the leadership of SMIW. There is going to be new sheriffs in town. A new order. There will be order in this company.
CEO's getting himself worked up again.
A little bent out of shape.
Nobody gets quite as worked up.
I have some fine matches for you tonight. But before we get to that, there is one man I want to introduce you all to that you're going to get very, very familiar with. This man comes to us from Elegant Wrestling Alliance, EWA, brought here by Mr. Connor McNichols. This man is elegance personified. Class that cannot be measured. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to introduce you to Mr. Aiden Lane.
Aiden Lane, a new face here in the company, and sounds like he's got the backing of our CEO, new COO, and new general manager. He may be a big player real fast here in SMIW.
Well, I'll tell you what, Joe, I'm really digging that music. It definitely sounds full-on elegant, if you will. In fact, it reminds me of the last time I had calamari. It's quite delicious. That's a real tasty jam we're listening to there.
I see we're going to start off with food right away. Must not have got a burger on the way in. But here is Aiden Lane.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Aiden Lane. Welcome to SMIW, sir. Would you like to speak to our audience?
You see, I've watched the first season of SMIW. I gotta say, there's a lot of talent, but there is none whatsoever. No class.
No! No, there's not. No, there's not.
You got
No. I completely agree.
nasty,
lack of class.
nasty, dirty biker Sid. Ugh, makes me nauseous just looking at that guy. You got
the
that,
only one. Yes.
that grotesque face-painted freak Pain.
Yes. Yes.
What even is that?
We're not
See,
He's a monster and a plague. He's the very thing you're here to eliminate.
he makes me want to vomit.
all of us. Continue.
Now, SMIW needs class.
Yes!
It needs elegance. It
Yes!
needs Aiden Lane.
Yes.
See, I am a new breed of human being. I am 50% elegance, 50% intelligence. I call it intelligence.
Yes! Yes!
Fantastic.
Exactly what we need.
Fantastic.
Exactly what we need.
I will show the fans of SMIW and the CEO himself, Mr. Dwayne Rothman, exactly what this company needs. Because I am suave Aiden Lane.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm
Very excellent.
very excited about this. When I say new beginnings, this is what I'm talking about. Suave Aiden Lane, national heavyweight champion of EWA, and soon, very soon, you'll be able to call him SMIW World Heavyweight Champion, because at our next event, this man will be challenging whoever the World Heavyweight Champion may be for the SMIW World Heavyweight Championship. That brings us to tonight.
Huge. That's a huge announcement.
Because when I say whoever the champion may be, there's a reason behind that. Now, as far as the match card for tonight goes,
You see here, the match card is going to be a great match card tonight. First, major match via Michael Ralston versus a very interesting newcomer. This guy, fancy and new. Who's this guy? Never heard of him before. You brought in this great talent, I hear.
you are talking about the loaded gun, Brian Myers.
Right. Mr. Brian Myers. That'll be our first match. Then we'll have another great United States champion match between Mr. Nick Thunder and Sid. Once again, to wipe that belt off that cocky man. Then, to top it all off,
Well, where does Cantucky Jim fall into all of this?
oh, don't worry about Mr. Cantucky Jim. Because Lonnie Robinson, I hear, as the first match of the evening, second match, I don't know, whatever match he wants it to be, Lonnie Robinson's gonna come out here and wipe the floor with Cantucky Jim, so I hear. Then, to top off the evening, with a blowout between Mr. Payne, the monster he is, and the other grotesque monster of the business, Panic. And we're gonna let these two monsters destroy themselves here in this very ring. It should be great. It should be fantastic. It'll be a wonderful show.
You know what? That wasn't what I had planned for the evening. But I see where you're going. Let's let Pain and Panic destroy each other like they did at Apocalypse. And whoever comes out the World Heavyweight Champion must face this man at our next event.
That is correct. And hopefully one of them will come out on a stretcher and we'll never see them again.
Fantastic. Ladies and gentlemen, this is SMIW. Stay tuned, because the action is coming hard and heavy. Right after this is New Beginnings.
Well, I already don't like the sound of this. It sounds like they are grooming Aiden Lane to become the next World Heavyweight Champion, already giving them the perfect setup. But before we get to that, Lonnie Robinson takes on Cantucky Jim due to Cantucky Jim's interference, if you will, with Lonnie Robinson's match at Apocalypse.
I'll be completely honest with you, Joe Davis. I think Lonnie Robinson's just being a big baby. Cantucky Jim is out here to teach these Michigan wrestlers a thing or two about Southern style, and he could stand to learn a thing or two from Cantucky Jim. And speaking of which, here he is now.
Yes, here he comes. the Southern Boy, Cantucky Jim. I'm not really sure you were watching the same Apocalypse show that I was, but Cantucky Jim definitely stuck his nose in where it really didn't belong, and I believe it did cost Lonnie Robinson the match. But here's your buddy, Mr. Biscuits and Gravy himself.
Is here. Episode 1, Season 2, Southern Michigan Impact Wrestling. And Southern, don't forget about that. It's the Pig Pen. Here we are, Dave. We're having ourselves a little show. Won't get down. Apparently, we have ourselves a little bit Lonnie Robinson prop. I don't know what the deal is, but apparently, got a whole lot to say to Mr. Kentucky. Why? Beyond me. I don't understand. See, this is my house, my pig pen, king of this here ring. Southern style. Don't forget that. Best there is.
Looks like Lonnie Robinson's got something to say about all that mumbo jumbo, because here he is, the king, Lonnie Robinson.
Kentucky Jim's getting the shirt today.
Well, I tell you what, Joe, he does seem to be out here ready to play, I guess. And here he is with this here shirt. What is he planning to do with this? Out, and there it is. You see it just as clear as I do. He clotheslined him with the clothes.
Yeah, now putting the boots there to Cantucky Jim is Lonnie Robinson, getting this started off right away. And obviously offensive for Lonnie Robinson, starting off right out of the gate.
What?
Well, he's coming out with some fire, that's for sure, but he is messing with the Southerner himself.
There you go, just see the Southern draw, a little cheap tactic and a shortcut there by Cantucky Jim, sir.
Well, I call that unique technique, if you will.
Unique technique, I suppose that's a good way to look at it. If you're blind,
Get me with these slick maneuvers. Lonnie Robinson. Ah, thanks, not.
Lonnie Robinson retaliates with one of his own, and that turned the tables real quick, or pulled the tablecloth out from old Cantucky Jim, if you will.
Certainly seems that way, Joe. I've got faith in my good friend Kentucky Jim here, and I hope by the end of this match he sure pulls it out and takes care of business.
Well, he's currently on the receiving end of some serious punishment in that arm wrench and arm bar there by Lonnie Robinson. Looks like he's picked up a couple other maneuvers. You can see the pain there on Cantucky Jim's face. He's not having a good old time in the pig pen today. Then again, when Mack Truck starts rolling towards you, Lonnie Robinson was on the receiving end of that shoulder block, and it didn't turn out for him very well. Now, did it?
Well, clearly not. That's a gravy train you just don't want to run into, you know what I'm saying?
Now that wind-up elbow drop from Cantucky Jim. A cover here.
1, 2.
Oh, no, shoulder up by Lonnie Robinson. Only a 2 count on that exchange. Both men back to their feet. Lonnie Robinson's going to gain control real quick. Face to the turnbuckle. And now a side headlock here by Lonnie Robinson.
You're gonna tap today, I know you are.
Oh, and puts those fists, those knuckles, right into the forehead of Cantucky Jim. And there we go, another hits his face into the turnbuckle once again. He's going to grab that shirt. What's he going to do with this?
Size 4X.
Well, that's a good question, Joe, but it seems that he's going to go ahead and try to dress Mr. Cantucky Jim.
Well, it looks that way. But now he's trying to cover Cantucky Jim, but he's limiting his mobility here. He's going to wrap the... And there it is. A new maneuver there by Lonnie Robinson, known as the Royal Facelift Cover.
1, 2, 3.
And there you have it. The King pulls out the victory.
Keep that shirt on.
It's hard to argue, Joe. Lonnie Robinson came out with a purpose and certainly put Cantucky Jim in his place, it would seem.
Well, looking at the replays, that clothesline with the close, as you had said, that wind-up punch, Cantucky Jim had a little something going for him here at one point in this match. But here's another look at that windmill elbow drop Just couldn't get it done. Here was a cover here, but it was not to be. Lonnie Robinson brought the fight back to Cantucky Jim in the later stages of this match.
That's certainly true, Joe. Like I said, Lonnie Robinson came out here with a purpose, and there was the royal facelift right there itself. Too bad Cantucky Jim couldn't pull it out, but I think maybe he's just a little rusty from the offseason.
Oh, yeah, try to make excuses. Maybe he had too many meals over at Cracker Barrel. He needed to work on his form and physique instead. But regardless, here is your winner, the King, Lonnie Robinson. And ladies and gentlemen, up next, hold on, we got something going on backstage here. Just a moment.
Connor. What was that announcement all about? Tonight I was supposed to have my United States Championship match with Nick Thunder per my stipulation at Apocalypse. What happened? Why did the match get changed?
You see, the thing is, Mr. Ralston, Nick Thunder, he don't really want to face you in the first place. He kind of reneged.
Well, that doesn't make any sense. So I'm not getting that shot tonight, obviously, then.
No. But it's all right. Don't worry. There will be a next time. Next time, you get your chance. You trust Connor McNichols on that. You will get your chance.
Well, obviously, very upset Michael Ralston. He does have a point. He should have had that United States Championship match, but instead, he finds himself against the newcomer, Brian Myers.
Can't wait to see this Brian Myers' new talent here. Michael Ralston, kind of a hit and miss of last season. Let's see what this match shapes up to be.
Well, we're about to find out. Obviously, Michael Ralston is a little upset that he's not getting the opportunity that he was promised by winning his match at Apocalypse last season. Hopefully, that doesn't affect his performance. But here we go. Here it is, the newcomer, Mr. Brian Myers. And we don't really know a whole lot about him yet. I'm sure we are going to figure out exactly what it is that he's all about here in the upcoming months. Seems very simple, not a lot of flash, not a lot of flair. Just heading to the ring, looks like just one goal in mind, and that's a victory. But he's got a long, hard road and a hill to climb with this man, a former 3-time SMIW World Heavyweight Champion in Michael Ralston.
Michael Ralston certainly in the past has been a great competitor, and I hope to see much more out of him here in Season 2, but we do not know what to expect with this newcomer Brian Myers, so I'm very, very interested to see what happens with this match here.
You and I both, we can finally agree on one thing. I'm going to chalk that up as a once in and maybe a lifetime thing, but I'll take it where I can get it. Just by his mannerisms alone here and just kind of the way he's moving around the ring and things, it seems like this whole missing out on his opportunity for the United States Championship is really gotten under the skin of Michael Ralston, but we'll see as this match plays out. All right, these men are, he's going to at least put the hand out and a shove off by Brian Myers, maybe a little chip on his shoulder here, and I don't think Ralston's really in the mood to play the games here tonight. Here we go, collar and elbow tie up. They're going to lock up, knee to the midsection, and a side headlock by the veteran. And shoved off to the far side of the ring here, ducks under the clothesline, but gets caught with that back elbow underneath the chin to cover.
2.
And a quick 2 count to start this match off by Brian Myers, and going for that headlock on Michael Ralston, slowing this match right back down. Firmly in control right now is Brian Myers.
Yeah, Brian Myers already showing how intuitive he can be with that back elbow that put Michael Ralston in this predicament in the first place. That's just more exciting than the first time I had strawberry cheesecake. And let me tell you, that was pretty exciting.
I can't I can't deal with this guy. I was hoping they'd find me another broadcast partner over the offseason, but I guess one can't be so lucky. Ralston fights his way back up, comes off the rope with a drop kick of his own, and all of a sudden he's gaining control back. Snapmare on Brian Myers, and now in control, and the momentum has shifted. Here we go, rear chin lock, rear chin lock here by Michael Ralston, now in control of Brian Myers. So a swing in momentum, and momentum is shifted here in this match. Shoved off again is Michael Ralston out over into the corner. And let's see what we have here. Whip to the far side is Ralston. Ralston holds onto the rope there. Brian Myers is going to follow him in. Clothesline over the top rope. Oh! And Ralston looks like he may have just bounced his face off of the ring apron there, which is obviously the hardest part of the ring. That's really going to make things difficult for Ralston to get back in this match. And now into the ring post.
Yeah, it's definitely going to turn the brains into some sort of chopped spaghetti, if you like it that way. That certainly seems to be the case here with Michael Ralston. And hesitated a little bit too long and overcooked his buns, if you will. But here he is, making some kind of retaliation. We've got a little bit of a good back and forth between these two, and I'm still on fire.
I think you're confused. I'm not sure exactly who chops their pasta, but here we go. Ralston up home where he belongs with the missile drop kick off of that top rope. He's going to pull Myers back in.
2.
Only a 2 count there on that exchange for the veteran Michael Ralston. Ralston now with the armbar on Brian Myers. And Brian Myers, he's really going to have to watch himself in this match. Again, Ralston, one of the most seasoned competitors in SMIW. He's been around since 2006. He's been around the block a few times. He's about done it all here in SMIW. But a reversal there with a small fireman's carry by Brian Myers. And he's going to go for a cover again here.
1, 2.
Still only a 2 count. Our official here with the camera, not quite in position for that cover, but still ruled only a 2 count nonetheless.
Brian Myers is beginning to show his intellect here in the ring, it seems, and keeping Michael Ralston, a true SMIW veteran, on his toes.
Yeah, the back and forth, and once again the momentum had shifted to Brian Myers, now back to Ralston in the corner, and whipped across to the far side is Brian Myers, and a miss on that splash. And hold on, how Myers going to take control? Oh my Lord! I have no idea what he calls that.
2,
cover.
3.
And I would say an upset victory for the newcomer Brian Myers. What a shocking turn of events.
Yeah, that was quite surprising even for myself there. Really got to see what this newcomer has to bring. No idea. I mean, he's quite the quiet fellow, it seems, and had no idea what he was bringing to the table, but there you have it. A victory on the behalf of Brian Myers.
Well, it's not for the lack of trying, I wouldn't say, on the part of Michael Ralston, but unfortunately, I think his frustration may have played a part in his downfall. Here's another look at that maneuver from a different angle, and here it is again, and that's what picked up the victory here for Brian Myers.
3.
And obviously a very upset and distraught and frustrated Michael Ralston, but still there is your winner, Brian Myers. As unfortunate as that was for Michael Ralston, I know he was frustrated about not getting that U.S. title opportunity, but speaking of United States Championship matches, a rematch from Apocalypse. Nick Thunder, the new United States champion, now a record-holding 3-time United States champion, is going to take on the former champion in Sid right here, right now.
Yeah, we saw plenty of Nick Thunder and Sid in last season, and all of those matches were intense, to say the least. And I hope to see Sid pull this off once again and show that he is the true victor of the SMIW, and he deserves the United States title belt.
Once again, we can't agree with the tactics that we have seen from this man, the outlaw Sid, which I see he's got himself a new set of wheels, it seems, over the off season. Yes, he was able to capture the United States title for a second time earlier in the season. And these two, you're right, Bob. You're right about one thing. These two had wars last season, back and forth over that U.S. title, and just personally, so Sid finds himself somehow, some way, and I'm not really sure why, but finds himself in an opportunity to once again reclaim the United States Championship if and only if he can topple the American Thunder, known as Nick Thunder.
It seems clear to me that our new leadership saw it very fitting to give Sid yet another chance at this, and I tend to side with our new leadership. And with that being said, here is Nick Thunder somewhere. As always, can't come from a normal part of the arena.
Regardless of how he enters the ring, he makes his presence known when he does arrive, and here he is, the SMIW United States Champion, Nick Thunder. And Sid demanding his presence in the ring. Hold on, we got some back and forth going on here.
Some of this, I want my title back. You've only been holding it for this offseason, buddy. Those couple months, I'm hoping you stared into it long and hard. Because that's mine, it always has been. Get in here. Let's go.
Yeah, you
playing games with you?
really want this title, don't you? Yeah. Pretty nice.
Tempers are flaring once again, but we expect nothing less between these two.
You know, kept it safe with me. And it's not really going to go anywhere. You're getting your hopes up. You got high hopes, my friend. Hey, see, you got yourself a nice new bike here.
Don't even think about
How
it.
about that?
Don't even think about it.
Does that help work you up for the United States title?
Nick Thunder pushing the buttons of Sid, and that's a way to throw him off his game potentially here.
So you can see it nice and pretty. All right?
Come on, let's go.
Look at this thing. Boy, isn't that sharp?
Get away from it. Back away.
Might have to take this thing home with
You.
me.
He's taunted him a little too much. Here comes Sid. Whoa! Into the fence.
Sorry. Did you want my title?
Yeah, I don't know how tasty wood is, but he just got himself a mouthful of it.
Yeah, no kidding. And wow, Sid just being ragdolled into that wooden fence. And Nick Thunder is going to take control real quick after pushing the buttons of Sid. He's going to use that anger and that hatred that was just boiling over and use it against Sid here. And Sid, not sure exactly what happened and what hit him, but he's already calling for an audible here. And back to his feet, kick to the upper chest, and another football punt to the face, just rocking Sid. If this keeps up, Nick Thunder will have no trouble at all retaining that U.S. title. Sid better get in the game, and he better do it quick.
Yeah, certainly out of the fire into the frying pan, or out of the frying pan and into the fire. I don't really know how this goes, but yeah, it's already pretty serious. Nick Thunder is taking very serious control over Sid already in this match.
Going for the gorilla press. Oh, but Sid's raking the eyes. You see, that's the kind of tactics that I'm talking about. I'm not really sure what happened as Nick Thunder came down. I don't know if his head had bounced off the mat there or something else had happened. But once again, Sid has to take a shortcut to gain control of this match.
You ever see somebody put a foot through a pumpkin? I'm pretty sure that's what happened between Sid's knee and Nick Thunder's skull.
I don't think I've ever seen anybody kick pumpkins before, but a big DDT by Sid. That could be over right here. He's going for the cover.
1, 2.
Nick Thunder is not out yet. This match is not going to be over that quick, but what a maneuver by Sid. very frustrated, Sid. He wants that title back. He wants it back now. I'm sure he thought about that loss at Apocalypse all through the offseason. It's probably just been eating away at him this entire time. Up against the ropes here, and whipped to the far side is Nick Thunder, and a big clothesline drops the big man in another cover.
1, 2.
Once again, only a 2 count for Sid.
Well, Sid is definitely holding on to his momentum, and I would expect nothing less. He is a good champion, and listen to that. Listen to that hack out of Nick Thunder. Sid has really crushed him.
I'm the U.S. champion. This is all a dream. You will wake up. Come on.
Now trying to pour salt in the wounds here of Nick Thunder. The light slaps to the back of the head. A little bit of cockiness, maybe a little bit of arrogance. I'm not really sure on the part of Sid there, but regardless, he is firmly in control of this match at this time. If he's able to keep up this momentum, he might just walk out with that U.S. title. Now you see him wrapping that arm on that rope. Few punches, a knee to the gut, and there's that elbow that he's really getting to be known for here in SMIW. And you think, well, I think I know what's happening next. He's going to set up. We've seen this time and time again. After that elbow may come. Here comes the kickstart boot, blocked by Nick Thunder. He's going to drag him down to the mat. Nick Thunder in control with a cross-legged Boston Crab. That's a new one.
Yeah, it's been quite a while since we've seen Nick Thunder put on any kind of submission, really. And either the Boston Crab used to be one of his favorites, if I do recall.
It was one that he did use constantly, but never with the legs crossed. But, well, I'm a little confused here. He had Sid right where he wanted him, yet he lets off the pressure. I don't know if that was a smart maneuver there on the part of Nick Thunder.
Stand up. Come on.
Going to drag Sid back to his feet.
On your feet. Come on. Over here.
Back into the corner is Sid.
Right there. Let me tell you something. That title is mine. You're gonna have to sign off that right now. And he's not gonna handle that. Have ourselves a good old-fashioned slugfest, buddy. And you know what? You can take the first shot. Come on.
What is Nick Thunder doing? I mean, I'm going to have to agree with the expression on Sid's face here. I'm a little confused about this particular strategy.
Oh, every shot.
Well, obviously, whatever brains he has left has all gone to his gut because he has no idea what he's saying right now.
Let's do this. Come on.
Well, they're going to settle this with an old-fashioned fist fight. First shot there by Sid. A retaliation there by Nick Thunder. Another hard shot, and these two are doing just that. They're trading blows back and forth. Another hard shot by Nick Thunder, just rocking Sid. Sid's back up, however. Another hard shot to Nick Thunder. Oh my God, that one just knocks him right off his feet. I mean, Nick Thunder, obviously the stronger of the two. I'm not sure how smart it is to trade blows, but now locked in to the full Nelson. Can we see, are we going to see the electric funeral?
I will remain champ. You're going nowhere. It's over. Go to
Well, Nick Thunder certainly seems to have a lot to say in this here match.
I see Sid trying with all his might to break the grip. I don't think he's going to go for the electric funeral, but regardless, the full Nelson on its own, a devastating submission hold. And as you can see, Sid is fading, and he's fading fast, and so is his chance at the U.S. title. But Nick Thunder lets off this submission as well, but it may have done the damage already. Oh no, Bob, I see what's happening now. He's setting up for the electric chair. Sid's in no man's land. Oh my God, the impact of the electric chair from Nick Thunder. He's going to go for the cover. You got to believe this is it.
1, 2, 3.
And there you have it. The American Thunder himself, Nick Thunder, retains the United States Championship.
Unbelievable joke. Just incredible. I can't believe Nick Thunder pulled it off again and managed to retain the title. But that electric chair was something vicious. and so was this. He got himself a taste of some wood, even with this, even with Sid's totally intelligent act of getting out of what could have been a nightmarish slam and taking the upper hand here. He is... It's just amazing to me. It's just amazing to me that Sid lost out here in the end. I even think I saw a little bit of his soul leave at the end of that electric chair drop.
Possibly. He may have... he might want to get checked out. But Nick Thunder, just too powerful for Sid. And there you see it. The electric chair. Here's another slow-mo look at it, and the impact was just devastating. And that's all she wrote for Sid on this occasion with Nick Thunder. Nick Thunder, ladies and gentlemen, still your United States champion. Hold on, we got something going on backstage again here, folks. Let's send you backstage.
Mr. Ralston. Bob Costley here. Had a rough match tonight. How you feel?
How do I feel? Bob, how would you feel if you had your job that you love so much, maybe even if it's this one, and eventually, apparently you're no good at it anymore. The people doubt you. The people don't believe in you anymore, and you don't even believe in yourself. That's how I'm feeling. I mean, you know, coming back to SMIW for season 1 and how well that went. Now with this tonight, I don't know, man. Maybe I don't have it anymore. Maybe this isn't where I'm supposed to be. Maybe it's time for me to hang up my boots. Maybe it's time for me to ride off in the sunset.
Well, that's really tough there, Michael Ralston. You're an amazing competitor. I really appreciate watching your matches, and keep your chin up. I don't think maybe you've lost it after all. But thank you for letting me know what's on your mind. I appreciate that.
Well, that's unfortunate. Some very heavy words there from Michael Ralston. Unfortunately, for him, we're going to have to move on with the show. And here it is, our main event. Another rematch from Apocalypse, but the new World Heavyweight Champion, 6-time record-holding World Champion Payne, defends against Panic right here tonight.
Can't wait to see these two monsters go at it here in the ring again. These guys are just total destruction when it comes to anything in wrestling.
These two, obviously no strangers to each other. It was 2006 where Panic made his debut at Payne's side, and it's been a roller coaster, up and down ride for the both of them. They've been partners or friends or almost like brothers, and they've been the worst of enemies. But Apocalypse, they nearly destroyed each other over the World Heavyweight Championship, and it's fixing to go down again right here tonight. We can expect more carnage. We can expect more destruction, and I feel like this entire place just might implode on itself right here tonight when these two step back into the ring with each other. As you see Panic stepping through the ropes, ready for another war.
Yes, a war very similar to what happens when you mix a spicy brat with old salad.
That sounds terrible. That sounds absolutely awful.
Try it sometime.
Well, I don't think I will. But, well, ladies and gentlemen, as the music plays, the rain pours here in the SMIW arena, almost very creepy and symbolic. Is this some sort of sign of things to come? This is very, very strange. I don't think this has ever happened before. But through the curtain and through the fog, through the mist, comes the risen demon that we know as the World Heavyweight Champion, the legendary Pain.
It's very eerie to me, Joe, that we would have the downpour we have just as Pain goes to enter the ring. It does seem to be a cue from the heavens almost of something terrible about to take place.
With this sudden weather change and with these two monsters in the ring, it feels dark. It feels almost evil, and I can't really explain in words the feeling that I have here watching this. This is just amazing. But here we go. These two monsters, these two behemoths standing toe to toe, and there it is, the prize, the World Heavyweight Championship. It's about to go down, Bob. It's about to go down right now.
Indeed it is, Joe. I'm almost out of my seat.
Well, hold on. What? Panic is kneeling to Pain. What is going on here? This is almost unreal. I don't. Panic has just dropped. He's knelt to Pain and he's just dropped. What is going on here?
I'm just as clueless as you are, Joe. And he's going in for the pin right here.
And that's it. That's the 3 count. Oh my God, Bob. Please, don't tell me. Are these two together again? It looks as though It looks like Panic is joining Pain in an unholy alliance once again. I don't believe what I'm seeing.
These are going to be dark times for the SMIW if these two are truly a team once again.
It's hard to say, but I'm amazed. I'm baffled. I don't really know what to say with what we had just witnessed. This is a complete turn of events compared to what I was expecting. But it looks as though these two are together again, and that spells complete evil in a really, really dark time for SMIW. Ladies and gentlemen, your winner and still the World Heavyweight Champion, Pain. I hope you enjoyed the show. For Bob Costley, I am Joe Davis. We're going to see you next time. Oh my God.